KC 101, Raise the Region's coming up, and it's time to talk with Laura Clarison from the Tioga County Cat Project, one of our local nonprofit organizations participating in Raise the Region, which is a time period for you to give to our local nonprofits and help them out. And if you give during Raise the Region, there's what's called stretch funds from Blaze Alexander that add an extra couple percent to your donation. Actually, it's a significant amount. So a lot of extra funds to be raised if you make your donations now. And Laura, this is your first year doing the Raise the Region program. Welcome in.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be doing this year, and I really hope that this all works out well for everybody.
Absolutely. So tell me about the little Tioga County Cat Project. What's your biggest thing that you guys do?
So we really started with our one and only focus being on spaying and neutering cats in the county. We all know that there is a huge problem with cats, whether they're strays or barn cats or pets. There's just too many cats having too many kittens, and there's just not enough homes for them. And then over time, as we've continued to grow and been able to build up more resources, we've started taking in emergency cases, starting to do some rescue and adoption, and kind of just adapting as we grow and doing as much good as we can.
So basically it comes down to how much financial funds you have to be able to do these TNRs, trap and rescue. That's basically where you catch a feral cat, right? You spay or neuter it and then release it so that it still lives its life but doesn't make a zillion kitties in its lifetime.
Yes. Yep. So when we are trapping stray cats, they get spayed or neutered. They get their rabies and distemper vaccines. They get their ears cleaned and their nails trimmed. They will get an antibiotic shot if they need that, and then they're allowed to continue living their lives, but they're healthier and they're not going to be producing all of these kittens all over the place that we're dealing with.
And you don't have to find a foster home, a permanent home for them, which is tough with a feral cat anyways at that point. So
right. In a perfect world, we would absolutely love to have a farm where we could put all of these feral cats once they're fixed and let them live happily ever after. But unfortunately, that's just not something that exists.
There wouldn't be a mouse within a mile of that farm.
There wouldn't be, though.
So that's part of what you guys do. So what is it? Can I ask about what does it cost to do this procedure on a cat? How much funds do you need to raise approximately?
So for each cat, it costs us $55 to do all of those basics. We do usually about 2 clinics a month, and usually per clinic we do 35 to 40 cats. So per clinic it usually costs us about $2,000. So just for those basics, we're usually going through about $4,000 a month.
So just someone listening right now, if they made a $50 donation, that'd be just about enough to cover the cost of taking care of one cat and helping potentially hundreds of other cats from entering this world that are unfortunately, some of them really, I hate to say what happens to some of these stray cats, but it's not always a happy ending.
It's not. Actually, 80% of kittens that are born outside die before they reach 6 months of age. And unfortunately, we do see a lot of cruelty to stray cats in this area. We've actually just taken in our 4th cat, who was a stray who's been shot. And that's the kind of thing that we want to stop from happening by preventing these cats from being out there and being vulnerable.
So if someone would like to make a donation, that would help your program to grow, because you're a small organization doing big things.
Yeah, we're a very small group of people, and we've fixed over 1,500 cats so far since 2019, and like I said, we're now starting to do rescue and adoptions and stuff, and actually have even taken and adopted out a couple dogs. So it's a very hands-on, very labor-intensive, and it takes a lot of funds. And we totally rely on volunteers and donations to make it all happen.
Sure. If someone wants to volunteer, if they can't financially support you, you're looking for volunteers as well?
We absolutely love to have people volunteer. During the winter months when we're not doing trapping and stuff like that, it's a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff. A lot of like just fundraising and that kind of thing. Like we just put together Mr. Sticky's fundraiser. During the spring, summer, and fall when we're doing trapping, and that's a lot more labor intensive. Those are the kind of things that volunteers can really help us out with.
All right. Well, if you'd like to help financially, Raise the Region is coming up. It is on March 8th, starting at 6 p.m. through March the 9th. Last year, an unbelievable $2.1 million was raised by 321 nonprofit organizations. So we welcome you on board this year, and hopefully some folks make some donations to you. KC101, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but we're going to donate $101 to everyone who's come in for an interview to help you to get started with your Raise the Region fundraising. So you'll see us as one of your first donors that day.
Well, thank you so much. That's awesome.
We are here for the community, and our nonprofit groups are the backbone of the community, so we support them here at KC101. Laura Clarkson joining us here from the Tioga County Cat Project. Thank you so much for your time, and Raise the Region. Get out and support them and all our local others.